Hey folks, welcome back to another video tutorial here at WormFolk. Today we are going to show you guys how to make your own premium seed starting kit. Well, not kit, but mix. So what we have here is backyard dirt, just simple, you know, whatever's lying around. There's some sand in there, there's some coarse materials, and most importantly is you are getting native microbiology added with your mix. So essentially you're kickstarting what's already alive in your soil, whatever's going on in the ground, you know, is you're taking that. So you're already introducing the organisms before you even put it in the ground, which is a huge plus because you don't want to shock them too much when you put them into the ground. So I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be scientific. I mean, there's one part just backyard dirt, and here's one part castings, just homemade castings that I just grabbed right out of the worm bin here. I mean, it doesn't have to be sifted. It doesn't have to be pure worm castings. I mean, if you're trying to sell these things, yeah, of course you want it to be pure. But if it's backyard garden, it honestly, it doesn't make a difference. It'll all break down in the soil. If anything, you'll be given whatever worms you pick up with the castings, or baby worms, some food while they're kind of hanging around in there. So yeah, I just grabbed a handful of castings, a handful of dirt, and here is just regular compost. I use this stuff, which I pick up at Lowe's. It's $7 plus tax for 3 cubic feet. And let's see if you can see up close here. Let me get you in the sunlight. I mean, it's not the best compost. I mean, there's still big pieces, but I mean, it smells great and it does what I need it. So I mean, yeah, and even if you want, they say with seedlings you don't want to use too much organic. They don't need too much nutrients to start off with, since they're seedlings. You know, they have a lot of nutrients stored in there. So I mean, I won't use too much compost, but you know, I'll use a little bit for texture, and then that's it. I mean, just throw it. See, I'll just throw it in my little container, some worm castings, and then dirt, and then. So here you go. You got mixing it up, mixing it up, mixing it up, mixing it up, and you know, it's so you can see how long of a way this will go. I mean, I've got enough castings in that little bin to make, you know, tons, and I've got soils free in my backyard. The castings were free. The compost, which you don't necessarily need, I like to use it for. And one, because it's there, and I'm gonna use it too. It's good for texture. It helps give it a little more holding room. And see if it breaks apart in your hand. I mean, the consistency is exactly what you want for seedlings. It'll retain plenty of moisture, so that's probably the worst thing to do for seedlings, is you do not want them to dry out too much. Of course, it will vary on the type of seed you're dealing with, but for the most, once the seed sprouts, once the taproot breaks out of the seed, you want to make sure it stays wet. And the castings in here are what's going to help that. That's gold. The compost will help a little bit, but the worm castings is your money. And then for filler, you know, sand, you don't want it to be too organic. So, and then I mean, you can throw this into liking, you can throw a little more if you want. And then, like I said, all the bacteria that's native to your backyard is going to be added by grabbing a handful of your backyard dirt. So, I mean, I could make a lot. I could make 5 bags of seed starting kit right here, which would cost you, I don't know how much you guys want me to pay for a bag of seed starting mix at the store. So yeah, that's what I planned everything. That's how I started everything. You see, well, it's coming along slowly, but I'll show you what I have over here. I did the same exact concept. These are lettuce right here. See, I still have bits and chunks of the worm castings that I didn't filter out, but it's alright. I mean, they do just fine. So yeah, there you have it. You have homemade, do-it-yourself, what I would consider premium potting soil. I mean, you have native microbiology from your backyard, from the dirt. You enhance it with the worm castings for some water retention and for the life that's inside the castings. You know, a handful of compost if you have that lying around anywhere, just for some additional texture and mass if you don't want to use too much worm castings. And there you have it. You have yourself the final project. So thanks for stopping by here at WormFolk again, everybody. This is Keith, and good luck with all your gardening adventures. Take it easy.